The day after the City of Van Alstyne resumed control of Forest Moor Park, mowers were out in force this morning, giving the place a much-needed haircut. Wait, what's that you say? The city has assumed Forest Moor Park rights and responsibilities? That is correct. At Tuesday's City Council meeting, the Council voted unanimously to dissolve the 2002 Intergovernmental Joint Use and Lease Agreement between VAISD and the City. The dissolution of that agreement was negotiated and mutually agreed to by VAISD and the City of Van Alstyne. I'm sure there were concessions made, but I wasn't in the negotiations. I just needed a way to work in that pun into this story. These ball fields have only been accessible to Panthers baseball and softball, so that means local teams will be able to play on these fields again, right? Well, yes, but first the city manager tells me he has directed the Parks and Rec Department to inspect the 24-ish acre park and see what work needs to be done. At the same time, the city is exploring different options on who will be able to use the fields and when. There are many options being considered, and it may take some time to come up with the best solution. As soon as I know, you'll know. That's what I do. In the meantime, today's spruce up has the park looking much better.
Now this is what I'm talking about. Even though it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, it's starting to get hot outside. A nice, cool, shady spot. The creek behind me, look at all that lush forest, hence Forest Moor Park, I believe. And even a barbecue pit. Invite your friends. Let's smoke some brats and burgers and have a nice picnic out here. This place is so peaceful. And with all of that lush forest back there, you know there's lots of wildlife and all kinds of birds, things like that. And now that they've given the park a haircut, the chiggers are going to have a harder time to get you. So we're cleaning things up around here, and that's a good thing.
It's true, I love the nature here, but it's home to some great sports courts. Of course, there are 4 tennis courts currently open to the public. Also open to the public, a couple of basketball courts, and the hoops even have nets. Even a sandball volleyball court. There's a nice playground for the kiddos, too.
So I know some of you are wondering when those sail covers will be replaced over the playground here and at Umphreys Hines Park as well. Now, if you go back in the video archive about a month ago, the city manager's July report, our city manager, Lane Jones, reported then that these sail covers could not be repaired and they had to be ordered, which takes about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, that was about 4 weeks ago. So hopefully we'll have these playgrounds covered again pretty soon.
My kids grew up here in VA, and I remember sitting right here in these stands watching fast-pitch softball over 20 years ago. This agreement to dissolve the agreement opens the door to more league play accessible to more teams and leagues. How that looks exactly remains to be seen, but Forest Moor is looking good, and it should only get better. I'll see you there for some brats and hamburgers. Reporting for the City of Van Alstyne, I'm Mike Shaw.